Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here to Coca's Pizza in Canfield. DJ Yoakley with you, joined by a very special guest, senior of the Canfield Cardinal football team, QB1, Mr. Paul Bindas. Paul, when you think about, nobody wants to back up the guy, right? Tom Brady, right? Yep. Everybody talks about that. Who's going to back up Tom Brady? Brock Lowry was basically the Tom Brady of the area. Look what you got here. You got this, but what I love is the opportunity is in front of you, and you embraced it with open arms, and you led the team to victory in week 1. In your mind, I know you and Brock are tight. What was it like for you to take over the snaps after probably one of the better quarterbacks in Canfield history?
It was definitely hard. I knew I had a lot of pressure coming into the season because I knew, a lot of critics were going to say, oh, he's not going to be Brock. But Brock taught me a lot, and on myself when I play. But just throughout the whole season from last year, week 1 to week 15, he just taught me everything what I know now. He was a great leader, but now it's my reign. He put the crown on my head, but I'm just ready to go throughout the season and just have a great time with my boys and stuff and just win.
So what did he teach you that stands out to you? And especially you got your first start last week. What was going through your head? Were there things that he spoke to you during the season and you went, oh, okay, now I get it?
Really, I would just say coverages. I played a receiver week 1 and week 2, and I really didn't know what I was doing. But he taught me the coverages, what a team's gonna be in cover 4, cover 2, cover 3, and stuff. And just also who to read if we do a day read on the linebacker and stuff. But just mostly that stuff.
Were you nervous at all last week?
The first drive, I'd say I was a little bit nervous, but I played last year, so I really had the experience. But
yeah, that's the difference. Is you had the experience,
yeah,
but never the start. And,
mm-hmm.
and people think that there's a correlation. If you're in the starting lineup, you should be nervous all of a sudden. But it seems like you were just fine.
Yeah, I was fine, honestly. I'd probably say the first drive, though. I missed that snap that went pretty far. But after that, I was locked in and ready to go.
Did you have a chance to kind of take everything in? Just take a step back and look around at the people?
I'd say the first play, I just looked at the fans and how many people were there, and I was just this is my senior season. Wow, this went really fast, but I'm ready to go.
How did you get there, right?
Yeah.
That's one of those situations. You were probably playing flag yesterday. It
mm-hmm.
feels like a big win over West Branch. Did things slow down for you as the game progressed? We talked to Anthony. He said there was a moment last year that things slowed down during the game. Did things slow down for you? You said the first drive was a little bit tough and the bad snap, but it was over the course of that game. Did you just go, okay, I got this?
Yeah, I'd say after that first drive on offense, because in my defense, I trusted my defense and my ability and stuff. But that first drive, I was all right, we got 3 points on the board, but I'm ready to go after this. I think this is pretty easy now.
What are your strengths as a quarterback?
I'd say definitely my running ability. I love to run the ball, but I can also pass it. So I can pass it pretty far, but I can say I'm a dual threat, pretty good dual threat.
Would you rather run for a touchdown or pass for one?
I definitely say run. Yeah.
Why is that? Just you enjoyed running the ball more?
I don't know. I like hitting one juke on a guy and just scoring in and just celebrating with my team. But I just feel passing touchdowns, pass it to Mazzell. But that was pretty fun. But running is definitely better.
Yeah, make sure your receiver's out there.
Yeah.
So you got to make sure you shout them out.
Mm-hmm.
When you are talk about every receiver has a great relationship with a quarterback because they want that ball a little bit more, right?
Yep.
Who do you have great relationships with on this team?
I'd say mostly all my every player on the team. I'd say in the off season, I spent a ton of time with my receivers, just going through after the season last year. I went through all my receivers and I was listen, let's watch West Branch already, and just show me what do you think on this play and stuff. So I'd say Jace Jaffer, that's one of my best friends. He grew up with him. I showed him a lot. Anthony Mazzella, Scotty Eaton, Nick Barandino, even Michael Malkovich at the time. Those are my brothers, I feel and in the off season, Jake Schneider too, and those are my guys. I can rely to throw any of them the ball and they'll catch it.
All right, I got a loaded question for you, one that you gave me right before we went on. Who is the quarterback you most relate to?
I'd have to say on the field, not off the field. I'd have to say Johnny Manziel and Lamar Jackson, but I also love Vince Young too.
Oh, Vince Young.
Yeah, Vince Young.
Wow, that's a throwback.
Yeah.
Wow. Are you a Browns fan?
No, I'm a Steelers fan.
Johnny Manziel? Like, really?
I know. I just loved him at Texas A&M. The
Okay.
Browns, you can know.
Okay, gotcha.
Texas A&M, he was the guy.
So Johnny Manziel recently came out, said he watched zero tape.
Yeah.
Well, I guess he didn't say it. It was brought to everybody's attention that he watched zero tape. How much tape do you watch?
I watch tape a ton every day, honestly.
Yeah.
Monday through Friday, really. And just I watch with my dad a lot. I mean, he really like showed me like last year like I have to watch film. If I don't watch film, what am I like? I don't know what I'm doing. So like this year as the quarterback, just a lot of film I have to watch. Like what coverage do you think they'll be in? And like when I see a guy come off, will he blitz or come off? A ton of film I watch.
So, I mean, do you put yourself in? Are you a visual person? So when you're watching film, you're almost watching it, in a first-person view.
Yeah.
So how does that work? I mean, when you get on the field, you can recognize that immediately, or is it something that you've got to kind of grow into the game and get the feel of it?
No, I'd say when I see something, like I'll know it. Like I'll say like last year, an example, versus Aurora, they always ran this play where the back tight end would come like on a little dig route, and on the receiver I was growing would go in, so I give him an in call, and that's when I got a pick six. So I knew that play was coming, so I was like ready. But as a quarterback now, I see like what coverage is, and I'll know like if they blitz, like where to pass it. So.
Said you're a Steelers fan. How'd you get into that?
I'd honestly really say my dad. He's a Florida State fan. I'm a Florida State fan. He's a Steelers fan. I'm a Steelers fan. So I always loved Ben Roethlisberger. He was my guy when I was younger.
That's your favorite Steeler?
Yeah.
That's my favorite Steeler as well. Who's a Steeler that you could not stand? Because everybody's got one.
I'd say Antonio Brown. No.
You didn't like AB?
I liked him playing, but what he does off the field, I don't like.
Oh yeah, Johnny Manziel is the character of the
yeah.
the class of the head of the class.
Yeah.
Okay, so when you're out there, I know you're acting like Lamar Jackson, Vince Young, Johnny Manziel. There's a lot of eyes on you in the stands. I mean, I'm sure you know that. What do you want to leave for the next generation of Canfield quarterbacks that they want to say, hey, I want to be just like Paul Bindas?
I'd really say just like lead by example, like what I do off the field too, like all the things I do off the field, and just like helping like someone for a door, like open the door for them, but really just like show like coming from Brock, just like knowing the game a lot, like at least like what made me like really proud versus West Branch was like all the little kids like coming up to me like, Paul, like nice job and stuff. That was like pretty cool. So I really hope I like leave like for this next generation, the quarterbacks and stuff, just like how I lead by example.
Did you have to sign any autographs yet?
No, not
yet. Not even after the state game. You guys haven't had to do that.
No.
That's got to be a wild. I mean, I still am waiting. Like the only autographs people want is Bills.
Yeah.
I got to sign those. But I mean, that's got to be a wild thing to have those kids saying, your name and being excited for you at what, 17, 18 years old.
Yeah.
So, what's next for you, man? You're going to be, obviously you want to finish the season, moving on to bigger and better things. What do you want to do?
My dream is always to play college football. That's always been my dream. I have a few offers right now from Mount Union and Otterbein,
Nice.
but my goal is like to really play college football. But if I wouldn't play college football, I'd probably go to Cincinnati.
Just because?
And that was probably like my dream school to go to.
Not Florida State?
No, not Florida State.
You're starting to be like you're just amazed, man.
Yeah,
you're,
that's
you're
what all my
absolute
friends
amazed.
say. Yeah.
Cincinnati. What would you want to study?
I'd go probably for like business. I'd say.
Business for Bindas.
Yep.
There's no title there or anything. Talk about your family. I know you've got a great family.
Yeah.
What do they mean to you?
My mom and dad mean so much to me. I mean, I'm an only child, so I really get like all that stuff. But
Good Christmases.
yeah, great Christmas. But I mean, I wouldn't be here without them. My dad taught me so much about the game of football. My mom, off the field, like doing the dishes, like all stuff like that. Like they just mean so much to me. Like I really wouldn't be here without them. So.
Your mom does more than dishes. Give her a
No,
proper
not
shout
dishes,
out,
not like
dude.
that. But shout out to my mom. My mom is my rock, though, for real.
What's one lesson mom and dad, either separate or together, have taught you?
Really, to just be like a great leader, and like what you do on the field is what you better do off the field. So like being that guy, like people come up to you and like he's a very mature person. So just be like mature, just be a great leader on and off the field.
Where's one place that maybe you would want to go someday? A dream vacation or a dream destination?
I'd say California.
Just California, the state,
just
not
maybe Sacramento.
Sacramento?
Yeah, I don't know why. I just feel like that's a nice place to be.
Dude, you and I would have so much fun just sitting and talking, just like this without the headsets on, because I have so many questions. Like Sacramento.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like that's just a cool place to like live. I mean, I always go to Florida like on vacation, but
Oh,
I feel
do you?
like, yeah, but I feel like California's a nice place to go.
Fair enough. Finally, what does it mean for you to wear the C and have the cardinal on the side of your helmet?
It means everything. I mean, it shows you like what the players did like before and after you. It's just like you're like the team now in 2023 is just like that C means a lot. Just to be like a leader, as I say a lot, but really like, I mean, there's players like before you that like they went to NFL, like Sean Baker. Like that's a guy I really looked up to when I was like 5, 6 years old. I knew him. And Johnny Italiano.
Yeah.
He really taught me like a lot about football. He played, I think, 2012. I would come to all the games. Like he really like taught me like the C on the chest means a lot to the whole community.
I love it, man. Dude, I'm a fan. I'm excited for you. I can't wait to watch you guys go down to Mansfield and take care of business. Yep. Good luck to you.
Thank you so much.
If you need anything, let us know.
Yep. Thank you.
All business, Paul Bindas.
Yep.
And that's going to do it for our show tonight. Thanks to the people at Coca's for hosting us, for the great food. Thanks to Coach Pavlansky, Anthony, and Paul. I'm DJ, and we'll see you next time right here on the Canfield Coaches Show.